Welcome back, everybody. Ready for another deep dive?
Absolutely. Always excited to dig into some new space discoveries.
Well, today we're taking a plunge into a world that might just harbor alien life.
Oh, wow. We're talking extraterrestrials now, like little green men.
Not quite, but still pretty mind-blowing. We're talking about the possibility of life in the hidden ocean of Jupiter's moon, Europa.
Europa. Now, that's a name I haven't heard in a while. But wait, didn't we already explore that with the Galileo mission back in the 90s?
Exactly. And the data from Galileo was what got everyone so excited about Europa in the first place. It hinted at this vast, liquid ocean beneath the moon's icy surface.
Okay, I see where you're going with this. Liquid water, that's kind of a big deal for the whole life as we know it thing, right?
Yeah, liquid water is like the holy grail for astrobiologists. It's essential for all life on Earth, and finding it elsewhere in the solar system is a huge clue.
So are we saying there are definitely aliens swimming around in Europa's ocean?
Whoa there, slow down. We're not saying that just yet. But the possibility is definitely tantalizing, which is why NASA launched the Europa Clipper mission.
Europa Clipper. Ah, yes. It launched pretty recently, didn't it? Like last month.
You're on top of it. October 14th, to be exact.
Mhm.
And that's what sparked today's deep dive. We're going through a recent article all about the Clipper and what scientists hope to find out.
So what's the mission? What exactly is this Clipper looking for?
The big question is, could Europa actually support life? And to figure that out, the Clipper is carrying a suite of super high-tech instruments.
It's going to need them. Europa is a pretty extreme environment. Think freezing temperatures, pitch black ocean buried under miles of ice.
Exactly. And two of the instruments we're focusing on today are MASPEX and UVS. They sound like something out of Star Wars, right?
I was just thinking that. So what are these MASPEX and UVS thingamajigs, and what do they actually do?
Well, let's start with MASPEX. It's a mass spectrometer, but not just any mass spectrometer. This thing is 50 times more precise than anything we've ever sent to space.
Okay, hold up. For those of us who haven't taken a chemistry class in a while, what exactly does a mass spectrometer do again?
Think of it like a super-sensitive molecular detective. It analyzes the molecules in a sample based on their mass. So basically, it can tell you exactly what something is made of at a molecular level.
Got it. Kind of like a fingerprint for molecules. But why is being 50 times more precise such a big deal?
That level of precision means MASPEX can detect tiny differences in molecular weight, even between isotopes, which are like atoms with slightly different weights.
Isotopes, right. So like carbon-12 versus carbon-14, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But how does that help us find aliens or even signs of life?
Well, the composition of those molecules and the ratio of isotopes can tell us a lot about the processes that created them, like whether they were formed by biological processes or just regular geological stuff.
Ooh, you're talking about biosignatures, those telltale signs that life might be at play.
Bingo. MASPEX might just be sensitive enough to sniff out those biosignatures in Europa's ocean.
Okay, so MASPEX is our molecular detective sniffing out clues for life. What about this UVS thing?
UVS stands for ultraviolet spectrograph, and its job is to hunt down plumes.
Plumes. Like giant feathery plumes on a hat.
Not quite. We're talking about plumes of water vapor that might be erupting from cracks in Europa's icy shell.
Wait, are you saying these plumes could be shooting ocean water up into space, like geysers on Earth?
That's the idea. And if they exist, the Clipper could actually fly through them and collect samples.
Whoa, direct samples from Europa's ocean. That's amazing.
So UVS finds the plumes, and then MASPEX analyzes them. They're like a tag team.
Exactly. It's a brilliant combination. UVS acts as a spotter, telling the Clipper where to go, and then MASPEX swoops in to do its molecular detective work.
This is all starting to sound like a sci-fi movie. So by analyzing these plumes, what are scientists hoping to learn about Europa's ocean?
They're looking for evidence of organic molecules, the building blocks of life as we know it. Things like amino acids, lipids, maybe even nucleotides, the components of DNA and RNA. So we might find out what kind of ingredients are cooking in that alien ocean. What else could we find out?
The composition of the plumes can also tell us about the ocean's salinity, pH, and even possible energy sources for life, like hydrothermal vents.
Hydrothermal vents, those deep-sea volcanic vents that spew out hot, mineral-rich water. But how could life exist in such a dark and extreme environment?
Believe it or not, hydrothermal vents are teeming with life on Earth. Organisms there don't rely on sunlight for energy. Instead, they use a process called chemosynthesis.
Chemosynthesis, wow, that's amazing. So life could potentially exist on Europa even without sunlight.
Exactly. And the really exciting part is that the Clipper isn't alone in this mission. The European Space Agency's JUICE mission is also on its way to Jupiter, and it's carrying its own UVS instrument.
Wait, 2 UVS instruments? So double the plume hunting power.
Precisely. JUICE will be focusing mainly on Ganymede, another of Jupiter's moons, but it'll also make a couple of flybys of Europa.
So we'll have 2 sets of eyes watching for plumes and gathering data.
That's fantastic. It's like having 2 different perspectives on the same mystery.
Exactly. More data means a more complete picture of Europa's potential for life. And you know what's really cool? This UVS instrument on JUICE is actually the 6th one built by Southwest Research Institute.
Wow, they've really honed their skills over time.
They have. And all that experience from previous missions, like Juno's exploration of Jupiter, is being poured into this new UVS. It's specifically designed to look for spectral lines of key molecules like methane, carbon dioxide, and, of course, water vapor.
All potential signs of habitability. It's like they're building a case file piece by piece to answer the ultimate question, is there life on Europa?
Exactly. It's like a cosmic detective story unfolding before our eyes. But before we get ahead of ourselves and start picturing Europa teeming with alien life, let's talk about the journey itself.
Oh, right. The Clipper still has a long way to go before it reaches Europa, right? It does. It's a billion-mile journey, and it's not going to happen overnight. In fact, the Clipper is expected to arrive at Jupiter in 2030.
2030, wow, that's a while to wait.
It is. But trust me, the discoveries will be worth the wait.
But in the meantime, we've got plenty to talk about, like what kind of challenges does a mission like this face? What are the hurdles they have to overcome?
Great question. We'll dive into all of that and more right after the break. Stay tuned.
So much can happen between now and 2030 when that data starts rolling in.
You're telling me. But hey, that gives us plenty of time to speculate, right?
Absolutely. And that's half the fun. So let's say, hypothetically speaking, the Clipper finds evidence of life on Europa. What could that mean for, well, everything?
Ooh, big question. I mean, it would be huge, right? Like rewriting the textbook's huge. We'd have to rethink our whole understanding of life in the universe.
Exactly. Right now, we only know of life on Earth. Finding it elsewhere would tell us that life isn't some rare one-off fluke. It would mean that the universe could be teeming with life.
And what if that life is more than just microbes? What if there are like actual creatures swimming around in Europa's ocean?
Okay, now you're getting ahead of yourself. We have to be realistic here. Given what we know about Europa's environment, any life there is likely to be microbial. Think extremophiles, those organisms that thrive in Earth's most extreme environments, like deep-sea vents, super salty lakes, that kind of thing.
So like those tiny creatures that live near volcanic vents on the ocean floor, the ones that use chemicals for energy instead of sunlight.
Right. Those are prime examples. They show us that life can exist in conditions that we once thought were impossible.
That's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it. Life finding a way, even in the darkest, coldest depths. It's like something straight out of a sci-fi novel.
Exactly. And if we find even simple microbial life on Europa, it opens up the possibility that similar life forms could exist on other icy moons in our solar system.
Like Enceladus, Saturn's moon, which also has geysers erupting from its south polar region.
Exactly. Suddenly, our cosmic neighborhood starts looking a whole lot more lively, doesn't it? It's like we're lifting the curtain on a whole new world of possibilities.
It's exciting and a little bit scary at the same time. Like, what if this life on Europa is something completely different from anything we've ever seen before?
That's the beauty of scientific discovery. We're constantly pushing the boundaries of what we know and challenging our assumptions. Finding truly alien life would be a paradigm shift, forcing us to rethink everything we thought we knew about biology and evolution.
Okay, let's say we do find evidence of life on Europa. What happens next? What are the next steps?
Well, first things first, the scientific community would go into overdrive, analyzing the data from the Clipper and trying to understand everything they can about this new life form.
There would probably be a whole lot of debate and discussion too, right?
Oh, absolutely. It would be the biggest scientific discovery of our time, sparking endless debate and discussion. There would be calls for follow-up missions, more advanced instruments, maybe even robotic probes to explore Europa's ocean directly.
It would be a whole new era of space exploration. We'd be going from simply observing other worlds to actually interacting with alien ecosystems.
It's a pretty mind-blowing prospect, but we have to remember that space exploration is a long game. These missions take years, even decades, of planning and development.
And a whole lot of patience, right?
Definitely. But the rewards are worth it. We're not just searching for alien life, we're trying to understand our place in the universe. Where did we come from? Are we alone? These are fundamental questions that have driven humanity for centuries. And missions like the Europa Clipper are bringing us closer to finding answers.
It's like that saying, the journey is just as important as the destination. And in this case, the journey is about pushing the limits of human ingenuity and expanding our understanding of the cosmos.
It's about inspiring the next generation of scientists and explorers, showing them that anything is possible if we dare to dream big and explore the unknown.
And speaking of dreaming big, I can't help but wonder, what would it be like if we actually found intelligent life out there? I mean, life that could communicate with us.
Now that's a question for the ages. It's a possibility that has fascinated and terrified humanity for centuries.
Imagine the conversations we could have, the knowledge we could exchange. It would be like opening a window to a whole new universe of thought and ideas.
But it would also raise some pretty serious ethical questions. How would we interact with an alien civilization? What are our responsibilities to them? What if they're more advanced than us?
Whoa, that's a whole other deep dive waiting to happen. One that we might have to revisit if the Clipper finds something truly groundbreaking on Europa.
Until then, we can keep exploring these possibilities, keep asking these big questions, and keep pushing the boundaries of what we know. Because who knows? The answers might be waiting for us just beneath the ice of a distant moon.
Well said. And on that note, I think it's time to wrap up this deep dive. It really does make you realize just how much we still don't know about the universe.
Yeah, there are so many mysteries out there, so many questions waiting to be answered.
And that's what I love about space exploration. It's all about pushing the boundaries of human knowledge.
Absolutely, and the Europa Clipper is a perfect example of that.
We're talking about sending a spacecraft billions of miles away to search for life in a completely alien environment.
It's a testament to human ingenuity and our insatiable curiosity.
You know, this whole deep dive has been an incredible journey. We've talked about the possibility of a hidden ocean on Europa, those incredible instruments, MASPEX and UVS.
Yeah, and we even dove into the philosophical implications of discovering extraterrestrial life.
It's mind-blowing stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just the beginning. Like you said earlier, we have to be patient.
Oh, definitely. The Clipper won't reach Jupiter until 2030, and then the real exploration begins. It's going to be a long wait, but I have a feeling it'll be worth it.
I think so, too. And who knows what amazing discoveries are waiting for us out there.
Well, that's the beauty of it, right? We just don't know. It's like opening a present on Christmas morning. You never know what you're going to get.
Exactly. And that's what makes space exploration so exciting. It's all about the thrill of discovery, the possibility of finding something truly extraordinary.
And that's what we should all hold on to, that sense of wonder and curiosity.
Couldn't agree more. So, listener, as we wrap up this episode, I want to leave you with a final thought. Imagine, just for a moment, that the Europa Clipper does find evidence of life.
What a moment that would be. What a game changer for humanity.
It would reshape our understanding of the universe and our place within it. It would make us question everything we thought we knew about the origins of life and the possibilities that exist beyond our planet.
It would be a moment that would unite humanity in awe and wonder.
It would be a testament to the power of human curiosity and our drive to explore the unknown.
And it would be a reminder that we are part of something much bigger than ourselves.
Beautifully said. So, to all our listeners out there, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and never lose that sense of wonder. The universe is a vast and mysterious place, and who knows what incredible discoveries await us in the years to come. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the search for life on Europa.
Until next time.